कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
केशव माधव हरि नारायण केशव माधव हरि नारायण कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण माधव मधुसूदन नारायण माधव मधुसूदन नारायण कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
कृष्ण राम गोविंद नारायण
The tradition of Bharat with reference to the spiritual knowledge is a very, very lofty tradition, and it is called as the Guru Shishya Parampara. It's called as the Guru Shishya Parampara. Many other traditions all over the world also have a parallel. They may have a parallel, but not so much stressed as it is in this Bharatiya Parampara. The knowledge giver of knowledge, Guru, and the receiver of knowledge, the Shishya. They are two absolutely different people who are not related to one another by blood. The Guru and the Shishya are not related to one another by blood. And they need not be related to one another even by geography. They need not be related to one another by caste. They need not be related to one another by any other factor at all. ಈ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರುವ ತುಂಬ ಸರ್ವೋಚ್ಚವಾದ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪರಂಪರಾ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಪರಂಪರೆಗೆ ಗುರು ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಪರಂಪರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ಈ ಗುರು ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಪರಂಪರೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಗುರು ಜ್ಞಾನ ದಾತ, ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪ್ರಾಪ್ತಿ ಮಾಡು. ಗುರು ಇಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾನದಾತ, ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗೃಹೀತ. ಸೊ ಗುರುಗಳು ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಶಿಷ್ಯರು ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎಂಬ ಪರಂಪರೆ ತುಂಬ ಹಳೆಯ ಪರಂಪರೆ. ಇದು ಅನೇಕ ದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ತುಂಬ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಠ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ವೇರ್ ಎವರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಭಾರತ್, ವೇರ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ beginning of any knowledge, it starts with the shloka Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. That is the value we attribute to the Guru. Because knowledge has been given such a lofty place. If you know, you do. If you know right, you do right. If you know wrong, you do wrong. So the knowledge is a driver. Always the knowledge is the driver. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದವ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿದವನು ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವವರು ಯಾರೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನವರಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಧರಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪರಂಪರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾತಿ ಭೇದವಿಲ್ಲ, ನೆಂಟರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಗುರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಿಷ್ಯ ನೆಂಟರಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರೋರು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೋದು. The Shishya can be born anywhere and the Guru can be born anywhere. They are bound by only one factor called as Jnana Sambandha. Jnana Sambandha. The same Jnana, if you take it in a different, slightly elaborate sense, it's called a Dharma Sambandha. So the Dharma is the binding cord between the Guru and the Shishya. And it's a matter of acceptance. It is a matter of acceptance by the Shishya. The Shishya accepts the Guru as his guide. And what happens to from the Guru's side, what happens? The Guru is giving freely knowledge, absolutely without any inhibitions to whom the knowledge is being given, as long as the receiver has got the concentration to listen. That's all. Suppose one says that can the Shishya not receive knowledge without concentration? The Shishya will understand that he cannot receive it. It's not for the Guru to say. If you do not concentrate, you won't be able to hear it, you won't be able to gather it. Therefore, it's up to the Shishya, up to the one who is guided, it's up to him to gather the knowledge. So how much ever concentration he uses, so much will be the knowledge gathered. So keeping this tradition only, you see the entire Puranas are also based on that only. The word Guru is such a beautiful word. And the Guru is very, very beautiful word because it not just doesn't mean a person. It means a beautiful, lofty status. The word Guru is a very, very high status. The word Guruttva Akarshana Shakti, which we all know, in English we say gravity. See, the word gravity also got G and R in the beginning. Did you see that? The gravity word has got G and R in the beginning. English ನಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಗುರುತ್ವಾಕರ್ಷಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಒಂದು ಪದಾರ್ಥವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿದ್ದೋಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಳಿತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗುರುತ್ವ ಆಕರ್ಷಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಗುರುತ್ವ ಆಕರ್ಷಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಗುರುತ್ವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ. ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಗುರುತ್ವ. ಘನತೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಅಸ್ ಗುರುತ್ವ. ಸೊ ಗುರುತ್ವಾಕರ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ GR ನೋಡಿ, ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ becomes a GR. So you see how much value the word Gukaras Tvandhakarasyat Rukaras Tannirodhaka. The word, the letter or the syllable Gu means Andhakara, darkness, and Ru means light. So because the light removes the darkness, that person who actually is light is called as Guru. So beautiful is the word Guru. You can go through this, all the scriptures, you will find several times the word Guru has been used. And when you see, when any other language accepts another word from some other language, so much research has to be done, you know. So much research has to be done. So now you see in the world, all over the world, the word Guru has been taken. It has become an English word now. Guru has become an English word. It is there in the Cambridge dictionary, it is there in the, whatever dictionary you want, you search, you will find the word Guru. Because it's a lofty word. It has been used everywhere. So Guru ಎಂಬ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನು ಆಂಗ್ಲ ಭಾಷೆಯವರು ಕೂಡ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಶಬ್ದಾವಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗುರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. He is my Guru. People will say, he is my Guru. Who is that? He is my Guru. Guru? What does it mean? Oh no, he is my guide. Even in the word guide also GU. There also you have GU. Guide is also GU. Gravity is also GR. So you see how beautifully that those two syllables, Ga and Ra, have become an indicator of loftiness. An indicator of loftiness. And wherever you find this tradition, you see, the one who is presently the teacher or the guide will always honor the previous person. It's a chain. It's absolutely a chain. It's a beautiful chain where the links are all so beautifully bound. They cannot be separated at all. That's why the Guru Parampara is so lofty. Each and every one. That's why we say Narayanam, Padmabhavam, Vasishtham, Shaktim cha, Tatputra Parasharam cha, Vyasam, Shukam, Gaudapadam, Mahantam, Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam, Sri Shankaracharya Mathasya Padmapadam cha, Hastamalakam cha Shishyam, Tam Totakam Vartikakaramanyan, Asmad Gurun Santatamanatosmi. Entire Guru Parampara Namaskar. Guru Narayanam, first Guru is Narayan. From there onwards you see Padmabhavam, Brahma, Narayanam, Padmabhavam, Vasishtha. Vasishtha is the next Guru. Shakti is the next disciple of Vasishtha. Shaktim cha, Shakti is one Guru's name, Rishi's name. Vasishtha's disciple is Shakti Guru. Then Shakti Guru had Parashara Rishi as his disciple, and then Parashara Rishi has Vyasa as Parasharam, Vyasam, Shukam. Shuka Maharshi is the one who is discoursing now. He is a disciple and son of Vyasa. Then Shukam Gaudapadacharya. Gaudapadacharya is the Guru of Shankaracharya. Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra. Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya. Govinda Yogindra Mathasya Shishyam Sri Shankaracharya. And then Shankaracharya had 4 disciples, Padmapadacharya, Hastamalakacharya, Sureshwaracharya, and Totakacharya. And then from that parampara, presently whoever is following that parampara, he come under that. So we bow down to the Gurus in a lineage. In very short form, you want to say, Narayana Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. The Shaivites will say, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shrikantacharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. The Vaishnavites of another order will say, Nathayamana Madhyamam, Narayana Samarambham, Nathayamana Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. That Nathayamana is the Ramanujacharya's Guru, Yamanacharya. So like that every Guru, they will honor the Guru because it is in no words at all. Kim Vachaniyam Guru Mahima, Kim Avachaniyam Guru Mahima. Can we describe the Mahima of the Guru? Or is it describable? Is it describable? It's not possible to describe. Every disciple or every Shishya in the right word I am saying. Please understand the word in the rightest sense. The word Shishya means the one who automatically bows down and says, please rule me. Shasitum yogyaha shishyaha. Shasitum yogyaha shishya. Shishya ಅನ್ನೋ ಶಬ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನಾಗಿ ಬಾಗಿ ಗುರುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳೋ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಶಾಸನ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿ, ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಅವರೇ ಶಿಷ್ಯ. The word shishya means the one who says, I am at your beck and call, I am at your command. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, so many slokas are in the Bhagavad Gita. You see the second chapter. In the second chapter, when Arjuna is totally bewildered, Arjuna ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನು ದಿಕ್ಕು ದೋಚದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾನಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬ ಶೂರನಾದವನು ಅರ್ಜುನ, ಅವನು ಮಹಾರಥಿ, 10,000 ಜನಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಕೂಡ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. 10,000 ಸೈನಿಕರು ಸೇರಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಜುನನನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೂಡ ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಜೊತೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಅರ್ಜುನ. 10,000 soldiers, they come and attack Arjuna, nobody can touch him also. That is the capacity he had. That Maharathi Arjuna is totally weakened and standing on the battlefield. Why? Because the body is strong, intellect is also strong, but the mind is very, very weak. Intellect is also strong. Oh, wonderful calculations can be done. All analysis can be done. What about emotions? Emotionally zero. Intellectually hero. Emotionally zero. So what happens? The moment something is said, lose your balance. Immediately balance is lost. So he has lost his balance. Arjuna has lost his balance. Arjunaniಗೆ ಸಮತೋಲನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಮತೋಲನ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಯಾವ ಧನುಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು 10,000 ಜನ ಜೊತೆ ಯುದ್ಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಧನುಸ್ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಬೀಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಾಂಡೀವಂ ಸ್ರಂಸತೆ ಹಸ್ತಾತ್. ಗಾಂಡೀವಂ ಸ್ರಂಸತೆ ಹಸ್ತಾತ್ ತ್ವಕ್ಚೈವ ಪರಿದಹ್ಯತೆ ನ ಚ ಶಕ್ನೋಮಿ ಅವಸ್ಥಾತುಂ ಭ್ರಮತೀವ ಚ ಮೇ ಮನಃ. These are the words from the Bhagavad Gita. My Gandiva bow is falling down from my hand, my skin is burning, my head is reeling. There is no movie necessary there, my head is reeling. Absolutely. That is the state of Arjuna. And he folds his hand and looks at Krishna and says, please, I am not able to do anything. ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಯುದ್ಧನೂ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅರ್ಜುನ ರಥದಲ್ಲಿ. And he says, ಕಾರ್ಪಣ್ಯ ದೋಷೋಪಹತ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಪೃಚ್ಛಾಮಿ ತ್ವಾಂ ಧರ್ಮ ಸಮೂಢಚೇತಾ ಯಚ್ಛ್ರೇಯಸ್ಯಾನ್ ನಿಶ್ಚಿತಂ ಬ್ರೂಹಿ ತನ್ಮೇ ಶಿಷ್ಯಸ್ತೇಹಂ ಶಾಧಿಮಾಂ ತ್ವಾಂ ಪ್ರಪನ್ನಂ. He says, I am filled with defects. What a wonderful verse, you know. Arjuna tells Krishna, I am so filled with defects. And among those defects, one defect is called as the defect of ignorance. I don't know. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. I don't know what is dharma, I don't know what is adharma. I don't know what to do also. Right? You have got so many degrees. Yes, those degrees are gone. Now the degrees of thermometer are increasing. Those degrees are all of no use. The degrees of thermometer are increasing now. It's 103, 104, 105, 106 it's going to. Why? Because all the knowledge acquired till now is of no use. All the knowledge acquired till now is of no use. No certificates are of any use at all. So, I am not able to stand. You must guide me now. So he says, Shishyasteham. I am your Shishya. Shishya te aham. Aham te Shishya. I am your disciple. This is an acceptance. Please understand, Krishna doesn't say, you are my Shishya. You are my Shishya. Krishna says, Sakha. He says, you are my friend. In the Gita he says, you are my friend and Bhakta. He calls Arjuna Bhakta also. Bhaktosi me Sakha cheti. Krishna doesn't say you are my Shishya. And Arjuna says, Shishyasteham, I am your disciple. That means I will follow the discipline which you say. Whatever you say, I will follow. I will absolutely follow it word to the word I will follow. ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಅನುಸರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವೇ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ವಯಸ್ಸೇನು? ಅರ್ಜುನ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅರ್ಜುನ? If you read the Bhagavatam and you read the Mahabharata, you will come to know almost they are the same age. ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೂ ಅರ್ಜುನ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ವಯಸ್ಸು ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ. They are of the same age only, born and together, and Krishna did not even study with Arjuna. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಂದು ಅರ್ಜುನ ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಇವರು ಕೌರವರು ಪಾಂಡವರು ಅವರು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ದ್ರೋಣಾಚಾರ್ಯರು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ವಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವೇರ್? He was growing in Mathura. He was growing in Gokula, Vrindavan. He did not join Hastinapura. When did he come for the first time? When did he come for the first time? Just to visit he comes. Just like that, to visit he comes. The moment he comes, he has made an impression. Immediately he has made an impression. Look at the personality of Krishna. ಭಗವಂತನಾದ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಬಂದಿದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡೋಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಕುಂತಿದೇವಿ ಇಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಬುವಾ, ಅತ್ತೆ. ಕುಂತಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರ ಅತ್ತೆ, ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಅತ್ತೆ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಂದು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಸ್ತಿನಾಪುರ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಬೈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ he is always smiling and he is always ready to help anybody. And then naturally he is endowed with knowledge. He is full of knowledge. Seeing that one, Arjuna says, remember once again, Shishyatvam, disciplehood, is not imposed upon anybody by anybody. Disciplehood is not a trade. Disciplehood is not a trade at all. It is absolute acceptance only. People are mistaken. People are mistaken all over. Many people are mistaken that disciplehood is actually, Guru called me and gave me Diksha. Guru called me and gave me Diksha. But until and unless there is an acceptance from the Shishya's side, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. There is definitely an acceptance. There is definitely a deep, very deeply rooted yes. Only when that yes is there, Diksha happens. Guru ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಶಿಷ್ಯನ ಕರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾರ ನೀನು ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಹೋಗಿ ನನಗೆ ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ನೋಡಿ, ಆವಾಗ ದೀಕ್ಷೆ ಸಿಗೋದು. The moment you have come into the vicinity of the Guru and you have started accepting all the whatever he says, what does it mean? You already have accepted his ordinance. So there's a very, very subtle relationship. Very, very subtle relationship. And it is very subtle, and also it can be maintained for ages together, or just a little amount of ego development in the Shishya. That is sufficient to break that. It is so subtle. A little amount of ego in the Shishya's mind. After all, what? Whatever I know, only Guru knows. No? Nothing more than that. Whatever I know, only Guru knows. And Guru is also eating like we are eating. Guru is also sleeping like we are sleeping. ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಥರ ನಡೀತಾರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಥರನೇ ತಿಂತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಗೇನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸಪ್ಪ? ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೇನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅವರಿಂದ. ಈ ವಿಚಾರ ಬಂದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಗುರು ಶಿಷ್ಯ ಸಂಬಂಧದಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Immediately there will be an error there. The moment that error is there, what happens? Slowly knowledge will stop. Knowledge will stop, and knowledge stops, what? Ignorance will remain. Ignorance will take the person to wrong direction. So this great parampara only is bringing all these wonderful treatises for us. So let us pray to our Gurus with utmost devotion, and pray that we get the highest knowledge in life, nothing less than that. ಗುರುಗಳ ಹತ್ರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಜ್ಞಾನವನ್ನು ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೊಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Now Parikshit has asked a question, and now Shukra Maharshi is going to answer that question. How to remove the impurity of the mind? How to remove the impurity of the mind? What is impurity? ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಕೊಳಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏಕಾಗ್ರವಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ the difficulty in concentrating on one object. And when number of objects keep on coming and they'll keep on coming and disturbing, so the inability to concentrate on one, that's called as the impure mind. The inability to concentrate on one object, not that you cannot concentrate on another also, but independently you can concentrate, but the disturbance of many other thoughts coming in, that is the impurity. In addition to this also, the impurity of the mind is also the tendency to go towards adharma. The tendency to go towards ಅಧರ್ಮದ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಮನಸ್ಸಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಅಧರ್ಮದ ಕಡೆ, ಅಧರ್ಮ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಕಳ್ಳತನ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳೋದು, ಮೋಸ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರನ್ನ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು, ಬಡಿಯೋದು. ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ಯಾವುದು? ಮರದ ಮೇಲಿದ್ದಾಗಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಜನ್ಮ ಸ್ಮರಣೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಬಾಲ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗೆ ಜಗಳ ಆಡೋದು, ಜಗಳ ಆಡೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಲಕ್ಷಣ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧರ್ಮದ ಲಕ್ಷಣ. ಒಬ್ಬರು ನೋಡಿಯೋಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. One should never hurt another person for any reason. Manasa, vacha, karmana. Never hurt another person. Never hurt another person. I repeat, the eligibility to even just raise the temper is only for the Guru or the elders who teach the children. Only that too, what, is given the Shastras will tell you. You'll see how much is beautifully the Shastra. Say, only for 1 second one can get angry to the teacher. And after that, again it should become love. That is the purpose of ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು? ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಏನಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ? ಶಿಷ್ಯನನ್ನು ತಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಯವರು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ತಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕೋಪಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ವ್ಯರ್ಥವಾದ ಕೋಪ. ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಕೋಪ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಾಂತ. This is the beautiful indication of everything. So here, what is it that makes the mind pure? Shri Shuka Uvacha Jitasano Jitasvaso Jitasango Jitendriyaha Sthule Bhagavato Rupe Manasandharayedhiya Visheshastasya dehoyam Sthavishtascha sthaviyatsam यत्रेदं दृश्यते विश्वम् भूतं भव्यं भवच्च सत् अंडकोशे शरीरेऽस्मिन् सप्तावरणसंयुते वैराजः पुरुषो योऽसौ भगवान् धारणाश्रयः पातालमेतस्य हि पादमूलम् पठन्ति पार्ष्णिप्रपदे रसातलम् महातलं विश्वसृजोऽथ गुल्फौ तलातलं वै पुरुषस्य जङ्घे द्वे जानुनी सुतलं विश्वमूर्ते ऊरुद्वयं वितलं चातलं च महीतलं तज् जघनं महीपते नभस्थलं नाभिसरो गृह्णन्ति पुरस्थलं ज्योतिरनीकमस्य ग्रीवामहर्वदनं वै जनोऽस्य तपोरगटीं विदुरादिपुंसः तपोरराटीं विदुरादिपुंसः सत्यं तु शीर्षाणि सहस्रशीर्ष्णः इंद्रादयो बाहव आहुरुस्त्रा कर्णौ दिशौ श्रोत्रममुष्य शब्दः नासात्यदस्रो परमस्य नासे घ्राणोऽस्य गन्धो मुखमग्निरिद्धः द्यौरक्षिणी चक्षुरभूत्पतङ्गः पक्ष्माणि विष्णोरहनी उभे च तद्भ्रूविजृम्भ परमोष्टिधिष्ण्यम् तद्भ्रूविजृम्भ परमेष्टिधिष्ण्यम् आपोऽस्य तालूरस एव जिह्वा छन्दांस्यनन्तस्य शिरो गृह्णन्ति दंष्ट्रायमस्नेहकला द्विजानि भासो जनोन्मादकरी च माया दुरन्त सर्गो यदपाङ्गमोक्षः कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुन्द जनार्दन
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुन्द जनार्दन
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुन्द जनार्दन
कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुन्द जनार्दन
कृष्ण गोविन्द नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविन्द नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविन्द नारायण हरे
कृष्ण गोविन्द नारायण हरे
अच्युतानन्त गोविन्द माधव
अच्युतानन्द गोविन्द माधव
अच्युतानन्त गोविन्द माधव
अच्युतानन्द गोविन्द माधव
सच्चिदानन्द नारायण हरे
सच्चिदानन्द नारायण हरे
सच्चिदानन्द नारायण हरे
सच्चिदानन्द नारायण हरे
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति